Hi everyone. Well, the day we've all been waiting for, so I'm gonna make this louder, has finally arrived. It is Thursday, November 8th, which means we will have all new Glee episodes, hopefully for at least through this month. So, what, 3, 4 episodes, brand new. So I've been counting down the days like most Gleeks have, and I'm actually wearing my Glee shirt, one of them, because I'm really, really excited. I've been waiting. Um, so in preparation, um, I've been I was watching re rewatching the episode, at least the clips that I felt, and after I watched it continuously, probably for a good week, I stopped watching it because it was just too heartbreaking. So yeah, so I'm just super excited that it's a new Glee this coming tonight. Not that long from now. Well, it is like 2:30 in the morning here in Pacific time zone. But anyway, I'm trying to think of what we do know. So I don't know if you've seen some of the clips that Glee on Fox has released of this coming episode, but basically it's a setup for Grease. Grease does not happen this week. It's supposedly happening, I believe, in the next episode, in this episode number 6. So this episode, I'm assuming, will set up the fact that Will Schuester is going off to Washington, so Finn is going to be basically taking over in his absence, and apparently he's going to be directing the musical Grease instead of Artie, because Artie was supposedly was the director of West Side Story last year. So because of the one scene that we saw, Artie was encouraging Finn, telling he could do it, and on to that, he brought in the cavalry, which basically means Mike and Mercedes, which is exciting to see them back in McKinley again. I have heard that Santana is not at all in this episode, which makes me really sad. I really do miss her when she hasn't been in these episodes. But I guess plot-wise, it doesn't make sense for her to be here if this episode is going to be basically mostly based in McKinley. Um, so apparently, from as far as I can see, that's what's happening in tonight's episode. They kind of, I think they gave people the wrong impression by whenever we see the commercials for, um, the episode, they've been cutting parts of Grease or of them performing Grease in it. So obviously it's not happening tonight. So just the point I want to make. I believe that even though I think they've already released the music for Grease the musical, whatever songs they're going to be doing, they have already released those. So it's my understanding, I could be completely wrong here, but I mean, I find it completely like not realistic, not that Glee's ever realistic, but realistic that they would say they're going to do Grease and then try to cast all of the parts and then put it on within the same episodes, in addition to trying to keeping up with what's happening in New York. I feel like it's a lot to squeeze in like 40 to 50 something minutes. So that's my understanding of how at least we have views or spoilers from the next 2 episodes. Episode number 5, this one tonight, and then next week's episode. And we'll obviously get more spoilers about that at the end of tonight's episode. On the spoiler front, I've been reading, but I haven't really seen much as we've seen um, through what Fox has released. The other things that we do know coming up um, is there is sectionals coming up because we saw there was a clip or uh, they were showing um, Tina was definitely Jenna and then Artie and Blaine were talking about how they wanted to give people a glimpse of what's happening because they know that we've been missing them during hiatus, and apparently they're doing Gangnam Style in sectionals, which I find honestly kind of ridiculous. I'm sure that Glee will put their own spin on it, but like the guy is rapping or singing in Korean, so I don't really understand how that's going to translate really. I mean, the only English parts I understand in that song, which is barely, is the chorus. If I remember, I honestly can't stand that song. So whenever I hear it, I automatically change the radio station. Um, so I don't get it. I don't understand. I know like Glee's trying to be relevant and pick these songs that are, in right now. They did Call Me Maybe. They've done Demi Lovato's Give Your Heart a Break, and those seem to fit more, but the fact that they're going to perform this song in sectionals is just, to me, ridiculous. But at any rate, the outfits look really cute on the girls, and they do the stupid, whatever that is. Whatever. I guess I'll just have to wait and see, just like everybody else, to see what they actually end up doing with this song. But it was cool because we got a backstage look at them setting it up. We get to see Zach. They're in the tin shed practicing this little number. And then, I mean, it's a very short video. It's like 1 or 2 minutes long. Not even 2 minutes, like 1.5 minutes long. But for all of us Heather Morris Britney fans, just keep watching at the 1 minute timestamp, because that's her doing her little dance or practicing, and it's really, oh God, I just can't wait. So anyway, the only really thing that I've been seeing, spoiler wise, is that I think I've talked about this before, but that they are going to be doing they have casted some more, like the Warblers are going to be back in a couple episodes, and Sebastian is coming back, so that should be interesting. I don't know if I've talked about that before. I can't remember. And then the only other things we've seen is through Twitter. So I don't know if you guys have Twitter. I do. I only got Twitter, honestly, to follow Naya because she's on Twitter, but through that, I followed the cast. So I follow Diana Agron, Ryan Murphy, Leah Michelle, and I also follow, like, Artie, sorry, Kevin McHale, and Jen Ushkowitz. But mainly, I just go back and forth between Naya, Diana, Ryan Murphy, and Leah. Um, so through them, well, definitely through Ryan Murphy. He's been tweeting stuff. He's been doing Q&As, and I just I don't understand him, honestly. I feel like he seems to be very vindictive and can't take criticism very well. Because apparently he's gotten a lot of hateful tweets from the Britannia fandom, like angry that they broke them up. And I'm sure he gets bombarded. So I'm sure at some point everybody has their breaking point and he can't stand it. But he seems to go out of his way to infuriate the specific section of fans. I swear, and it just mm, it's just not right. Like, how could you be that disrespectful to people who love these characters you created? Like, I just don't get it. Um, for example, most recently, the probably one of the ones that is more inflammatory is the fact that he captioned this picture of Brittany and Sam and said the wedding of the year, because Brittany's in all white holding flowers and Sam is in a suit also holding flowers, which I think he's just trying to be like tongue in cheek, I hope, and not, I mean, he would never. That's like a giant major spoiler. Why would you even do that? But people are thinking that that's clips from the Sadie Hawkins episode dance, which is supposedly episode 11. And they do shoot these episodes out of sequence. For example, they were shooting the Christmas episode on Halloween, which is what Leah had tweeted, a Christmas tree on Halloween. So, based because they have to accommodate everybody's schedules. Now the cast is so big, and obviously the people that they graduated aren't around all the time. For example, Diana came back to shoot the Thanksgiving episode, went back to France to shoot the last week of her movie, and then came back in time to spend Halloween with Naya. So, it's kind of all over the place. But back to Ryan Murphy, like, he just specifically has like some kind of anger issue, I guess. Like, people ask him spoilers, when it's Q&A, they ask him questions like about Britannia, like, well, are they over? And he just is just mean. One person asked, "What do you do to the wine at the end of the day?" And he's like, "I have a glass of red wine and avoid Britannia tweets." Like, that's just rude. And then people will ask him, not even in a rude way, just say, "Can you please answer a Britannia question without being rude?" And he goes, "Blocked." Meaning he just blocks these people. That's childish. Like, I don't know why he has to do or be like that. So on that same thread, um, if any of you are interested, Heather Hogan on the AfterEllen.com site wrote like an article regarding this topic today. And somebody actually collected all of the tweets he's written in relation to Britannia. So it's pretty interesting to see how rude he is in answering these people and not really giving straight answers. Like, apparently he says, like, he's trying to say, no, it's not really it's not really over, or what makes you think that? I don't even know. Well, some of the stuff is just ridiculous what he writes in comparison to how much love he shows Klain, which obviously he feels that he's Kurt or whatever with the storyline and whatever. Um, and obviously Finchel because they're the main character. But Britannia was created by the fans through Naya and Heather, and I feel like we have a right to voice our opinion, right? We live in America. So this is our opinion on this on them. And I feel like yes, I'm sure like people have gotten outraged and gotten angry and thought that it was unfair that they broke them up, and we're hoping that there's a better reason, or that they'll somehow find their way back to each other in the end, which is I think what we're all hoping for. um not and we all know it's not going to happen like tonight. Hopefully by the end of the season, we'll see what happens or as they go along. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've read. hmm Not really. I mean, I haven't really seen much. We've been seeing let's see, just the tweets. I think random pictures that have been taken by the cast. But it's obvious, like they are just as busy during the hiatus as you know I don't know the rest of us living our lives without Glee. Um, so I'm excited to see it back tonight and have a brand new bunch of new episodes since it's been gone for like a whole month. Um, so I will have a recap of this upcoming episode of Glee, hopefully by tomorrow, or at least by Saturday. So anyway, I hope everybody enjoys tonight's episode, um, and that hopefully we'll get at least Brittany. I really don't. I highly doubt we're gonna get Santana in this episode. If we do, it'll be a bonus, but from what I've heard, it's not going to happen, which makes me sad because I completely missed my Naya fix. So, anyway, take care, everyone. Enjoy tonight's Glee. Peace out, homies. Take care. Bye.